It's a Saturday morning in late January. I'm 30 or 40 miles south of Tucson on Highway 286. Pretty desolate out here, but beautiful. We're in the Buenos Aires National Wildlife Refuge. I'm on the WR250, of course. Well, I stopped for fuel here in Arivaca. Having a community event. We're headed for the old town of Ruby now. Funky little paved road, lots of twists and turns and dips and climbs. This is the first car I've passed going in the other direction. Well, if you look out across there, you can see why this road is so curvy and hilly. If this road were in the Midwest, it'd be world famous. It would. You'd have people calling it Devil's Backbone Road or the Dragon or something like that. I mean, for the last 5 or 10 miles, there hasn't been a straight section. It's just one curve after another. I'm loving it. Wow. So we went over a cattle guard, and this is what was on the other side. Looks like we're coming into the Coronado National Forest. Been looking at this forest on maps for months. Well, we just passed a sign. I didn't have the camera on, but it said caution. Smuggling, illegal activities may be encountered on this road. Proceed at your own risk. So, we shall do so. Proof that there is water in this desert. That was Customs and Border Patrol. I reckon we're here. National Register of Historic Places. Confectionery business owned by the Case family. It serves sandwiches, homemade pies, cakes, thick malts, milkshakes, tea, coffee, and sodas, including Delaware Punch. Ice cream cones were a nickel. Ice was supplied by the Mercantile from a machine that can still be seen in the main room of the building. Charlie Case helped build the pipeline from Armado that carried water for the mining operation. He did carpentry work and also served as the Justice of the Peace. He and his family lived in an attached apartment. Shower concrete is the only remnant of this building. It, like all others on the property, was owned by the mining company. And this was Ruby School where grades 1 through 8 were taught. South Room is an adobe structure built in 1916, while Goldfield Consolidated Company was operating the mine and the mill. "30 miles to Nogales." There you can see the mine. The mining town of Ruby. And that white vehicle behind the bushes down there next to the road is another Border Patrol vehicle. We have been climbing ever since we left Ruby about 2 miles ago. And it is beautiful country. And they get more rain here, I would say, than Tucson. Everything has a little green tinge to it. A lot more trees. A lot fewer saguaro cactus. We're at 4,400 feet. And again, this is one of the rare vehicles that we pass. Feels like it's in the 50s up here. Just almost a complete absence of dust because the traffic is so light, for one thing. There's a bridge. Nice modern bridge. In case you're wondering, this road, I wouldn't hesitate bringing a passenger car on this road. And for you motorcycles enthusiasts, there's nothing we've been on that a motorcycle couldn't handle. I could bring my Goldwing on it, but it wouldn't be fun, and it wouldn't be as fast. There'd be some white knuckle moments, but like a big adventure bike or a moderate bike like a V-Strom, KLR would have absolutely no problem. There's a lot of stutter bumps that would give some bikes fits, but in my experience, if you don't have your rebound set very high, or your compression for that matter, the stutter bumps aren't a problem. They were for my V-Strom at one point, but I just kept reducing the rebound setting, and now they're no problem at all. We're at about 5,000 feet now. Looking back from the way we came, That sign there says the road's going to narrow and get steeper. And that's where we're going. Weehaw! We're still going up. There's the road over there. That was 4780 to be exact. That's the way we came from. Little campground here. It even has some shade. This is the way to Nogales. I had to stop and take off a layer of clothing. So we're 9 miles from the interstate, according to that. And we're getting into civilization. I assume this is Nogales for us. Colorful Nogales. There's the border fence. Pizza. Peter Pan pizza. I'm dying for a good Mexican meal. First thing I find is pizza. Border photography services. Ah. Oh my goodness. This is where I ended up having lunch, and it was wonderful. Little home-owned outfit. Had a chile relleno, a taco, and an enchilada. Locheil is our is our next destination. There are cattle back in those trees on both sides of me. Big black guys. It would hurt to hit one of those. So I'm keeping my eyes peeled and keeping my speed down. Looks like a lot of grass to eat compared to the ranches I rode through in northwestern of Tucson. Stuff was mostly cactus. Seems like there's one right there. Now he's a pretty brown color. First brown one I've seen. There's some black ones and brown ones. And this is sandy and wallery. The bike kind of has a mind of its own when you get in that sand. I hope it's temporary, but about 10 minutes ago the temperature started dropping and these ominous looking clouds moved in, and I stopped in this little turnout and put my electric jacket back on. I'm not going to plug it in yet, and I closed up my vents, and I hope that's all we need to get us to Locheil. Tidying up these pant openings also. A tremendous amount of wind comes in through those. All right, we're ready to go again. We are climbing again, and from what I can see up ahead, we're going to continue to climb. The blue vehicle coming towards us, or black, I don't know. I hope he sees me and stays out of my lane. Oh yeah, he's moving over. Still climbing. I can see the road on that far bluff over there, and it is going up. (5,600 feet according to the GPS. This is the highest I've been all day, and we're not finished yet. Going right up into that dark looking cloud. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I believe this requires a picture. Oh my goodness. Yes, it does. Let's get out the good camera. Oh my goodness, that's pretty down there. We're just a tad under 6,000 feet now. 5940. Wow. The ground is wet. It's been raining up here. I guess that's what the big dark cloud was all about. Here's another wet spot. Kind of spotty. Looky here. I can't imagine sinking those big timbers, those vertical timbers into that rock. But they obviously did it. Just amazing how the dirt keeps changing color. It looks dry and then it looks wet. Okay. Locheil is to the right. We're at 4,900 feet right now. Quite chilly, I'd say 58. last time I looked. Today it's low 70s in Tucson. The difference is this elevation and all these clouds. Came along this unusual marker. It says Father Marcos de Ninza entered Arizona on April 12th, 1539 and established this place. 1539. Wow. And this is the town of Locheil. A very old church. And that is Mexico. Doesn't look like a very substantial fence. Might be why we have so many problems. That's the international border. Oh, a big black crow just immigrated to Mexico. Huh. Interesting. I guess you could ride for miles along this. Which I have no interest in doing. Definitely wide open spaces out here. Well, it took about an hour, but we're finally by those mountains we've been looking at from so far away for so long. And they are gorgeous in this dappled sunlight. Probably another 10-15 miles to Coronado National Monument. Just my estimation. The GPS says 63,200 feet, and we're not done yet. The highest we've been today. Some kind of a big machine with scopes on it. Montezuma Pass. 6,575 feet. Wow. I see rain out there. Quite a machine. That's the road we came up. That valley down there is the famous location where Coronado marched 1,000 men with all his pack animals and cattle and sheep, food, even had blacksmith and tradesmen to make the repairs as they made their way from Mexico into what is now Arizona. As I recall, back then it was all part of Spain's claim. So we're going to descend from 6,500 feet. That was Montezuma Pass. We still haven't seen the Coronado Memorial or Monument, National Historic Monument. And as soon as we see that, we're going to point it back towards Tucson. Well, haven't seen pavement for hours and hours. What a treat. Well, this is the Coronado National Memorial Visitor Center, but unfortunately it closed 15 minutes ago. It's 4:15 at the moment, and about a 2-hour run back to Tucson, plus a fuel stop, I imagine, not sure. So we'll save that for another day. We're at 5,000 feet now, so we've descended over 1,000. I'm hoping that rain we saw from the past has moved out of our way. From here, we're gonna get on 92 towards Sierra Vista. We should make some pretty darn good time, I would think. We're looking back at the mountains we just came out of. We're in the Fort Huachuca area. Back in the 70s, when I was a government employee, I had a friend that worked here named Rin Timberlake. Heck of a nice guy.